One counting on. So we are done with the physical counting and cycle counting. Counting methods are completed. Now we'll discuss about the replenishment methods. Replenishment methods are nothing but restock. So we are creating the items, right? For some of the items, we can enable minimax planning. If you enable minimax planning, suppose those items are minimax planned enabled. And for those items, if the stock is less than the minimum set level, then automatically system is going to replenish the stock automatically. And it works based on a formula and couple of logics. Suppose an example, and this item total availability. Everyone please note it down. Total availability is equal to on hand plus incoming supply minus demand. Everyone please note it down. On hand plus incoming supply minus demand. Okay. And minimum quantity, maximum quantity, minimum order quantity, sorry. Minimum order quantity, maximum order quantity. Order quantity is equal to max quantity minus total availability. And supply 1 and supply 2. So please note down these examples. 24 is the count today. Everyone keep your mobiles in silent mode. Turn off your mobile data, Wi-Fi, both. All of you with me, very, very important topic. Say yes.
Yes, Krishna.
1,
Yes, Krishna.
2,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
3,
Krishna.
4,
Yes, Krishna.
5.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Suppose for this item in the system, suppose if the on hand is okay, let me first set the minimum quantity. So for this item, I'm setting the minimum quantity. Minimum quantity I'm setting as 1000. Always minimum 1000 should be there in the system. Always minimum 1000 should be there in the system. Minimum 1000 quantity should be required in the system. And the maximum 5000. Minimum level, maximum level. Minimum level for this item should be 1000. Maximum level is 5000. Maximum level. Suppose if the stock is less than, if the total availability less than the minimum quantity, then it will automatically order. When it is automatically ordering, what is the minimum order quantity? What is the maximum order quantity? Okay. Suppose an example here, I'm entering on hand as 100. Incoming supply, nothing but we have created a purchase order. You create a purchase order, you are waiting for the stock. Tomorrow your supplier is going to send the stock and you are waiting for that supply. That's called incoming supply. Incoming supply 200 and or maybe just take 600 and current demand is 200. So what is the total availability now? What is the total availability now?
500.
900.
500.
500.
So this 500 is less than this minimum quantity or not?
Yes.
Less than.
Less than the minimum order quantity, correct? Then what should be the total order quantity? So this is based on maximum quantity minus total availability. What is the maximum quantity?
5,000.
5,000 minus what is current available? Total
500.
available 500. So total how much system has to order? 4,500 system has to order. If the system ordering 4,500 and already existing availability, so 4,500 is 500, so it is 5,000. So it is satisfying the maximum level, right? It is satisfying the maximum level, right?
Yes.
Because we are ordering 4,500 and all the remaining is 500. So totally 5,000, which is satisfying the maximum level criteria. So order quantity is equal to maximum quantity minus total availability. So here maximum quantity is 5,000 and total availability is 500, which is 5,000 minus 500, 4,500 has to be ordered. So when the system has to order 4,500, then it will come to here. It will come to here. Suppose if you enter 3,000, if you enter 3,000 here, how much maximum we can order? How much maximum we can order? Just 3,000 only. 3,000 only we can order maximum. Okay. So what is the supply suggestion here? So first suggestion is 3,000. First suggestion is 3,000. Because maximum we can order 3,000 only. What is remaining? What is remaining here to refill? 1,500.
1,500.
So for that 1,500, it will create one more suggestion. Suppose if your minimum order quantity is 2,000, let's take. Suppose if your minimum order quantity is 2,000, then this supply get created?
No.
No.
It will create? No.
No.
Because your minimum order quantity criteria should be, your minimum order should be 2,000. It will not create this. Only 3,000 get created. Because remaining 1,500, it's not satisfying your minimum order quantity criteria. So in this case, you can put to less value. You can just put to 1 or maybe, so minimum, at least we should order at least 50 quantity, right? At least 50 or 20 quantity. You should not place a PO for 1 quantity or 2 quantity. At least minimum some big number should be there for some items. For small items, small value items. So for a pen, you cannot place a purchase order for 1 pen, for 2 pens. Okay, just some minimum good amount of number is required to place a PO. Okay, so let us take you have mentioned minimum order quantity as 50, then it will create the supply. What is the remaining here? 4,500 totally need to be ordered, but maximum we can order 3,000 only. The 3,000 is for one supply and remaining is 1,500. You should be able to understand the significance of all these 4 attributes. I think you are clear, right?
Yes, Krishna.
Yes, Krishna.
Now I'll change the data. I'm expecting answers from you. Okay. I'm changing the data now. If I get doubt on anyone, specifically, I'm going to ask that person. I want everybody to understand the topic. If you don't understand, ask me. I'll repeat again.
Sure, Krishna.
I increased the on hand. You can tell me one by one. What is the total availability? What is the order quantity? What should be supplied? What should be supplied to? You can tell me one by one. No problem.
Total availability will be 1,500.
1,500.
Okay. Is it 1,500 total availability?
Yes.
Yes, Krishna.
Okay. Then
5,000 minus 1,500 is the
3,500.
3,500.
3,500.
Order quantity.
So maximum quantity is equal minus the 1,500.
3,500.
3,500.
3,500.
Wrong.
3,500.
Wrong.
No, 3,000.
Why,
5,000
Krishna?
minus 1,500.
Wrong.
3,000 minus 12,500.
3,000 minus 1,500.
What is the first check? The total availability should be
500.
less than the minimum quantity. This total
Yes.
availability
No,
is less than the minimum quantity?
No.
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 Then no supply get created, no action.
Yes.
Then why you are talking about order quantity? No action. The system won't restock.
That's a good one. Thank you.
The first check is you have to check the total availability is less than the minimum quantity or not. If it's not less than the minimum quantity, it won't create any supply. It won't restock. Okay. Now tell me. EBS people has to pay EBS fees also.
900 is there.
900, right? So it is less than
900 is
Minimum
right.
order is 100, sir.
So 1,700 minus 800, how much?
900.
900.
900.
Okay.
Minimum order
Yes.
quantity 100.
150 will be.
100.
Max 100.
100.
So first of all, totally how much need to be ordered?
4,100. 4,000.
5,000 minus 900, which is
4,100.
4,100. So what is supply 1?
3,000.
3,000.
Supply 2?
1,100.
Okay. Now the same data only. Let's keep the same data. But here I want to change. Now, what is supply 1?
4,000.
4,000.
4,000. Supply 2?
Will not generate.
Not general.
It will not generate because it's not satisfying the minimum criteria.
Minimum order.
So what happens to that 1,000? System is going to ignore. It leaves. It's ignore it. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I'm gonna remove the formula. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what's the total availability now?
500.
17 minus
No,
3.
400.
400.
400. 400.
Okay.
Yes.
What should be the order quantity now?
4,600.
Very good. Now order quantity is equal to 4,600, which is 5,000 minus.
Right.
400.
Okay.
4,600.
So supply 1 is how much?
4,000. And 600.
Supply 2?
600.
600. Fine. Right. Okay. Now I'm just talking about a supply. Okay. This supply, it's based on the type of the item. The system is going to automatically create this supply. System will automatically create this supply, and it based on the type of the item. Suppose if the item is a make item, suppose if this item is a make item, supply is nothing but you have to, the system is creating a work order, and that work order is informed to the production department. So this work order is nothing but it's an instruction to the production department to start the production. And after completing the production department is going to complete the production, and the final product is available in the stock. Okay. Suppose if it is a buy item, in case of buy item, there are three scenarios out there. In case of buy item, the first scenario is if you select the source type. In case of buy item, this is applicable, the source type. If you select the source type as supplier, if you select the source type as supplier, system will be creating a purchase requisition. Nothing but we are initiating a request. The system is initiating a request to the purchasing department, and the purchasing department is going to review this request. They will be creating a purchase order. Okay. And after that, we communicate this PO to the supplier. We communicate. Okay. Either we can email this PO to the supplier. There are a lot of options out there. We can fax, or we can send this PO to the supplier using OBN also. So what is OBN, that we'll see later. So finally, whatever the PO that we created in our system, that has to be communicated to our vendor. And once our vendor receives that PO, our supplier is going to send you the stock. You have to receive the stock. Okay. And the second case is organization. Organization means it's you are expecting to refill from your own organization only. So the source, you are selecting your own organization only. So in this case, the system will be creating a internal requisition, and that internal requisition converted into transfer order. Okay. And so transfer order, right? So transferring the stock between the organizations. Now the third is sub-inventory. Third is sub-inventory. You are trying to replenish from one of your sub-inventory. So in this case, system is going to create a
Sub-inventory transfer.
No, sir. In this case, system is going to create a replenishment movement request. What type of movement request system will be creating? A replenishment movement request system will be creating. So in case of buy item, suppose if the item is created as a buy item, then these three source steps are applicable. Okay. If it is a make, only one. Always the source is our production only. We have to manufacture the product. That's it. But in case of buy item, you have this option to select these three different options. You can refill from the supplier, or you can refill from one of your organization, or you can refill from one of your sub inventory. Okay. So this topic is called as a minimax planning. This topic is called as minimax planning. Okay. And you can enable which item. Suppose we can enable the minimax planning only for few certain important items, not for every item. Only for few important types of items we can enable. Where you want the stock to be available consistently in your warehouse, for such kind of items, you can enable minimax planning. Okay, so the system will automatically recommend you the suggestions, and you can refill the stock based on that suggestions. Okay. And to explain you this scenario, this one. So this is make is out of our course scope because I'm not covering manufacturing as part of the supply chain course. So the main reason is the time constraint. All the supply chain management course is occupying 3 months time, that you know already. And if I cover manufacturing also, again, it would be another 2 months. So totally it's going to be 5 months. That will not work out practically. So this is not in our course scope. And in case of buy item, I'll be covering out of these 2 scenarios I'm going to cover. And to cover the first scenario, we have to, the system has to create a purchase requisition and system has to create a purchase order, right? So these 2 is going to happen in the procurement module. These 2 happens in the procurement module. These 2. Did we configure procurement module? Under our enterprise structure, did we configure procurement module?
Not yet.
Not
right.
configured.
No.
Not configured. So how can I demonstrate this concept? I'm going to demonstrate this concept using the demo instance, using which company? Vision company. So in the demo instance, already Vision company, Oracle taken a sample client called Vision Corporation. For that Vision Corporation company, Oracle has created enterprise structure, all the module configurations. Oracle has created some demo employees also, demo business users, demo implementation users, and Oracle has done every module configuration there. And already some demo data is also there. Some items are already there for Vision company. Vision company customers are there. Vision company suppliers are there. Okay. So we can use the demo instance. You should also know how to use the demo instance also. Because after you assign to your project, you want to try some scenario. If you want to try some scenario, you don't have time to create all your enterprise structure, right? Creating all your enterprise structure, creating your business user, creating your own item. Is it possible to do everything? No. Instantly, you should have a ready-made enterprise structure, ready-made data to try your scenario. So that is available in the demo instance. So you should know how to use the demo instance data also. So in the demo instance, what are the business users are there? What are the implementation users are there? What sample customers are there? What sample suppliers are there? What sample items are there? You should know. Okay. So that we are going to learn today. What is the current demo instance availability? It's
25.
dev 25.
Yes.
Okay. Kindly check and let me know.
Krishna. Should be Krishna.
What's the current demo instance that you see in your learning portal? Or leave it, I'll check. Yeah, it's dev 25 only, but I think the password that I'm using is wrong. That's right. Krishna is the account. And password I know.
Exactly.
I know. Don't tell here. I'm sharing the screen back to you. So I'm able to log into the demo instance and you can see my screen, right? I shared the screen again.
Yes.
I'm on the demo instance. Okay. And here in the demo instance, can you tell me the implementation usernames? What are the implementation users in the